Okay, we're going to do unboxing of the TopArchery bow that I received from China. This is a horse bow. It's about $35–40 on AliExpress and about, I think, $100 on Amazon. But with the shipping, it ends up being about the same price. I already opened the box. Oh, look at that, as seen in the picture. Lay this down. Oh, comes wrapped. Let's see there, protect the corners. We removed all the plastic. Let's lay it down on the floor here. Let's take a look at this. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, 30 pound. All right, well, there you have it, folks. What I'm going to do is show you in more detail about the bow itself. So let's take a look at what we have here. This is the TopArchery bow. Now, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bow. Let's go into some detail here about the bow. You can see there's a gray string here. I'm going to get to that in a second. On this side of the bow, you can see the poundage. I got a 30-pound bow. Beautiful string wrapped around the top over here. You have this beautiful pattern along the bow. Now, what I find interesting about this pattern is that it's not really like woven on or something. It's really just, I think, plastic that's glued on. I don't know if you can see the stitching there. Not really stitching, it's really like glue marks. And then you have this beautiful handle sewn on. Now also, as far as I know, this handle could be sewn on or it could be glued on, unclear. And it's unclear if it's leather. So far, it looks like a really solid wooden bow. What is this string for? Good question. This string, I was so confused. Why did I have two strings? Being new to archery, I wasn't sure what the string was for. And then I realized it is a stringer. It's their version of a stringer. Really, it's a paracord that they put on here, and it could be used as a stringer. So let me show you exactly how we're going to string this bow. Okay, we're going to pull it up like that. Slide the red string down. We gotta get it up more higher. Okay, now we got the red string on this side. Now look at that. The gray string is now loose, which means that it's strung properly. As you can see, it's my first time using this bow, and I'm not doing very well. I think I need some more practice. Once I get more practice, I should probably do better. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to do a few more rounds, do some more practice, and I will I'll probably get more shots in. Also, I'm going to have to put up some more targets there so we don't keep hitting the wall on the side in case I miss. We'll see how that goes. All right, this is the review I've been waiting to do for a long time. It is the TopArchery horse bow. This TopArchery horse bow is sold on AliExpress. It's approximately $35. That is considered to be one of the cheapest bows that you'll find on the internet for only $35. It's also sold on Amazon for about, I don't know, I think $175. I'm not sure. I will put a link to the Amazon page in the description below, as well as a link to the AliExpress page from TopArchery in the description below. Anyway, it is 53 inches long. It weighs about half a kilo. It is, the draw length is 28 to 31 inches. We will get into the draw length. And the one that I have ordered is a 30-pound bow. Okay, and this is the original string that came with it. Now, what's exciting about this review is that I've shot over 600 arrows with this bow. 600 arrows. Okay, now the types of arrows I shot with it are for a different review. That is These hunting door, these are not it. These hunting door arrows, they're also sold by Top Archery. These are 31.5 inch carbon fiber arrows with the plastic vanes, 31.5 inch arrows. It has about 100 grain arrowhead, which is a field tip, and it's about a 500 spine. Now I got these arrows. Now let's talk about the bow. I want to know this bow is not a toy, even though people might think it is, because you've seen comments on Amazon. It is not a toy. It is a real bow. It is a 30-pound bow. Now, if you are new to archery, if you've never shot a bow and you want to get into archery and you want to get this bow, I'm sorry to say this might not be a good idea for your first bow because it's 30 pounds. What does that mean? It means, what does 30 pounds mean? It means that the weight, the draw weight, when you pull it back, all the way back, you'll feel about the same weight as holding 30 pounds. Now you might think, oh, I'm a tough guy, I could hold 30 pounds. Yes, but can you keep your form when you're using a bow, archery, if you're pulling back 30 pounds, okay? Now when I first bought this bow, I couldn't pull it past this point. I was really surprised. That's because I've never exercised the muscles that are required for drawing a bow. Okay, that's a certain part of the body, back muscles that you need to be able to do. So we have a bow here that is part fiberglass, part acacia wood. As you can see here, Pseudoacacia. This here, this handle here, this part here is acacia wood. This part here, the limbs, are a mix of acacia wood and fiberglass. This section here is fiberglass. I don't know what's over here. It could be wood or it could be fiberglass in the riser. Again, same thing on this side, obviously. It's a bow. It's going to be the same thing. You have the straps around it, and I don't know if this is leather over here, but it's quite possible it's leather. It's only starting to fray. If it was plastic, it probably would have fallen off a while before. One of the reasons why I got this bow, besides watching Lars' videos, one of the reasons why I got this bow was I wanted the ability to shoot this with the Mediterranean style. That's a 3-finger, either 2 fingers below, 1 finger above the arrow. Mediterranean, or 3 fingers below. And another reason why I got this, the main reason why I got this, was also to be able to have the ability to shoot thumb draw. So in my 600 plus shots, I've also managed to shoot about 30 to 40 times with a thumb draw. Okay, now that's a separate video how to use a thumb draw, but it requires work. You can't do a thumb draw on a modern bow. You need to have this type of bow. Now, let's talk about the design of the bow. See this curve here? Okay, this curve allows for the bow to be shot from both sides. It's a horse bow. If you're riding on horseback, you need a bow that's not too long. Average, I think, length of a bow is about 60 inches. This is 53. If you're riding on a horse, you need to have a smaller bow. You also need to be able to fire from both sides of the bow. One of the things that's amazing about this bow and the feature, the design, and I learned this from Armin from Malta Archery. He has some great videos online. One of the amazing things about this bow is holding it like this and your ability to hold arrows while you're using the bow. I could hold up to 6 arrows, 5, 6 arrows, okay? And then I could fire another one, add it here. Now the problem with holding up a lot of arrows is that you do risk the chance of when you squeeze too tight, it will put pressure on your hand here, okay? So I could fire like that. So if you are adamant to get a 30-pound bow, let's say you really want to get this bow. Now this is an awesome bow. The lowest weight, the lowest draw weight that this bow comes in is going to be 30 pounds. So if it's going to be hard for you to, if you really want to get this bow and you want to start with it, which is what I did, even though I couldn't pull it back, I didn't know until I got it. These are the kind of exercises that you could do. So one of them, you want to, like I mentioned before, you want to build up that muscle in the back that pulls the string back. There are 2 types of exercises I'm going to show that are basic, and there are much more you could do. I'm sure you could find online, or I might post more videos on what type of exercises to do with the bow. But one exercise is pulling the string back as far as you can. So now I can actually pull it back as far as I need, and to hold it for as long as you can. And you want to hold it, not for as long as you can, you want to hold it for about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let's say it's 30 seconds, and then you're going to slowly release the bow. Okay? Then you're going to pull it back again and hold it for about 30 seconds and then slowly release it. That is one type to build up that muscle. Another way that you could build up the muscle and get used to the bow is just draw, release slowly multiple times. So draw, release, draw, release, draw, release. Okay, so those are two exercises you could do. Now, like I said before, I got this bow and I couldn't pull it back, but after about a couple weeks of shooting, I was able to do the full draw weight with no problem. I can even go back further, but it's not recommended to go past the draw length. So there you go. Now, let's talk about one of the issues that I had with it. Because it has wood over here, we can see that, if you see clearly here, you can see that there's something going on over here. There's a little fixing that happened here with the bow. That's because the way the wood was shaped, the way the wood came, it was, I think, a little bit too sharp for the serving string and the ends here. So what it started to do was fray the serving. It doesn't mean that the serving is weak on this bow. If you look at the part, this is the area of the serving here where I fired 500 arrows, and it's not fraying at all. I mean, it's starting to. Okay? This area started to fray. So my recommendation is, if you do get this bow, before you fix the string on here, and the bow might come with a stringer, a type of stringer, not like a real, just a paracord type stringer, which is whatever. What you should do is take the string off and maybe sand down the edges here just a bit, so that the bow doesn't wear out the serving, and then you end up having to redo the serving, which really isn't that hard to redo the serving, or end up buying another string. Aside from that, the string is actually pretty good. Like I said, it's over 500 to 600 arrows. I've shot over 600 now, and it hasn't started to come apart at all, except for the part over here on the other side. Now, this side of the bow, it hasn't started to fray yet. So it didn't matter. I went ahead and I sanded it down anyway. So, like I said before, this is the TopArchery bow. This here is fiberglass. This is acacia wood. One thing I want to point out, people talk about with bows, how it's important to destring it when you put it away. This bow, you don't need to destring it. Why? And this is the case with a lot of the modern bows, because this bow, the riser here, sorry, not the riser, the limbs are fiberglass. When you have fiberglass limbs, they are not going to deform like wooden limbs. If this was a wooden bow, completely bow, all wooden, or a completely plastic bow like the Rolan Snake bow, you would have to take the string off. This particular bow, you do not need to remove the string. You could keep the string on here and not have to worry about stringing it or unstringing it and so on. Anyway, it's a great bow. It is my bow that I use day to day, every day, almost every day. And like I said before, it's not a beginner bow. I do recommend it if you're interested in getting a horse bow and you don't want to spend a lot of money. This is a phenomenal horse bow. It is awesome. It is cool. Look how the limbs go back. How awesome is that? You could shoot from both sides of the bow. You could shoot Mediterranean style or thumb draw style. And I think that's it. I'll leave a link in the description below for the bow on AliExpress, on Amazon. And I will also leave a link for my new carbon fiber arrows. These arrows I have reviewed. I created another video review on these arrows. Okay, these are very nice arrows. We have the turkey feather on the top here, 28-inch carbon fiber arrows with 100 grain tip. Sorry, 600 spine. And then we have our hunting door. These are TopArchery arrows called hunting door. See, I actually hit it. 500 spine, 100 grain field tip point, 31.5 inch long. Okay, I'll leave a link in the description below for everything. Hope you enjoy. I didn't mention these guys. There's just only so much I can talk about in one video. Anyway, comments, questions, leave them below. Thank you for watching.